So there's no time and there's no room for negativity. I show up and I do what's needed. The moment you decide who you are and what you stand for, and you show up for you and you just do that, there's no competition, it's just dominance. Sometimes you have to make some sacrifices. You sacrifice on family meals, homework, and those type of things. But what I have learned is that you have to let go of perfection and just be present.
I want to tap into some of the community work that you do. If you could just highlight some of that community work that you do.
So it would be with, these, the orphanages, go there, fundraising, assisting the youth in Mandlazini. I've done it now for 2 years with the modeling shows. And helping them just to do with their marketing. So that's what I do. I step in with the ladies, with the women empowerment, whenever they have a vision, and then I will just step in and guide them how to market their campaigns. I have learned a lot, but in life there's more to learn. Every day we learn. We don't just learn from the old, we learn from the young.
Sanbonani, hello, hi, welcome to The Top Woman, a podcast where we sit down with innovative, brave women who have changed the landscape of South Africa. My name is Zama King Metlo and I'll be your host today. Well, I have something quite exciting lined up for you today. So both the boys are going to enjoy this, and definitely the girlies. Girlies, you're going to love it because she's drop-dead gorgeous and such a woman infectious smile. And boys, today we'll be talking about some vroom vroom. Today I sit down with Suenett Le Roux and I find out, I know she drives the best cars, but what drives her? Hello Suenett, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
You're looking wonderful, gorgeous, infectiously, and your smile is drop dead. How are you feeling for today?
I'm feeling good. Thank you so much.
So just to let you know, today I want to find out the cream of the crop of who is Suenett. So the first thing I want to find out from you, you're in a cutthroat industry, with the cars, male dominated and everything like that. But you have such a warm, embracive energy around you. How did you keep that in such an industry?
Compassion and empathy, I've realized, is my strength and not my weakness.
So you connect with different people from different walks in life, How are you able to navigate in the sense that you are able to talk to a person before, because it's not just about convincing people to buy cars, you're creating that relationship with them. How do you do it?
Well, I think the most important thing is acknowledging a person and forming that bond of trust. And especially when somebody walks through the door, instead of asking, what are you interested in? You ask, what brought you here? So you can converse from a point of understanding instead of selling.
Okay. So just a quick one. Now, I know you're an award-winning sales executive, one of the best, so you got to clock that first. But getting to where you are now with the awards, with all the prestigious reputation that you have built yourself, has there ever been a day or a moment where I call it the inner saboteur, where that deep voice of self-doubt speaks to you and you feel like you can't do it? How has that happened to you and how do you deal with that?
Well, to be very honest, there's no such, because for me, there's no other choice but to do it. So there's no time and there's no room for negativity. I show up and I do what's needed.
Got that. So you don't sleep on the job, you just keep it moving. So while we're talking about the jobs, we're here at Midbay, And Midbay has a legacy. It's like 52 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And so I don't think that's just a normal job. That's choosing a legacy. Now, you walked in here, like I want to know when you started, and did you feel that pressure of those 52 years on your shoulders?
To be honest with you, it was a privilege to be part of this organization, and it's something to build on. And what is the best part of it is the fact that it's family oriented. So I started at Midbay Motors in 2012. 2014, my apologies, 2014. And so I'm 12 years currently with Midbay Motors, and due to the warmth, the relationship built on family, it's a beautiful organization to be part of.
So while we're speaking about family, I know that it's currently run by two siblings, Tracy and Kenneth, if I'm not mistaken. Seeing that dynamic of two of them, do you think that has a certain element, and has that affected, not in a bad but in a positive way, your outlook and how you run a business?
Definitely. I would say, being part of Kenneth and Tracy's team, definitely you are inspired. Tracy, for instance, as a woman, you have to ask yourself, like, hello, what am I doing? And don't even speak about Kenneth. Kenneth is a whole success story on its own. So very much inspired by those two. I've moved from Cape Town. I came here, and obviously, you've worked at a lot of places, but what I appreciate the most about Kenneth and Tracy is how they keep it real.
I love that. So I'm sure that obviously applies into what you're doing. So while on that factor, I'll get back to Cape Town because I want to know all about your Cape Town days. But I just want to grab onto the fact when you're talking about keeping it real. You're in sales, outside of the fact that I know you're talking about cars specifically. But in sales, people might have that negative connotation. It's pushing numbers, So I want to find out from you, keeping it real, keeping that integrity that Midbay is known for. How do you do it and not being known as a pushy salesperson? I want to find out, how do you do it?
Well, I would say being honest and transparent. That's the first thing. And the most important thing is how you make the customer feel. Because people forget about the deal, but they will never forget how they were treated. So that for me is a big thing.
Oh, okay. I love that. So I just want to, now let's come back to Cape Town. You moved from Cape Town to KZN, How has that I know it's been 12 years, but you've been
Yes.
How was that transaction? Because I know both areas are very different. But have you taken any Capetonian ways and applied it to your work this side?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I definitely brought Cape Town to Midbay Motors.
Oh my God, I love that. I'm hoping that you put, but that's why you're so radiant, né? I can see those Cape Town beaches anyway. They're right there with you. So we talked about your awards, and we have some here today. So here's the thing with the awards, the stress, because you obviously get nominated. I know that you don't do it for the awards itself, but obviously it's a nice, reception to see that I'm doing well and you've been awarded that. But has there ever been an award that has kept you up at night, where you say specifically, I want to win this and I'll do anything to get it, and this is the award I'm striving for?
Well, nothing keeps me up at night, really.
I love that.
The moment you decide who you are and what you stand for, and you show up for you, and you just do that, there's no competition, it's just dominance. So yeah, I wouldn't be stressed out for no award. I just show up as me.
So for your awards, now we was playing. I know you've got a ton, girl. First of all, round of applause on that award winning. Which one is your favorite? And tell us just a backstory and what did you do to get it? What does it mean to you?
Well, I think it would start with my journey as Midbay. When I started in the motor industry, and girl knew nothing about cars, but girl knew about deals. Girl knew about sales.
Okay.
So I started in 2014, and I must mention that I had two guys that took me under their wing. One who's a very famous DJ now, Wandile.
Oh, yes.
On TikTok, he's a TikTok sensation. And the other one is Lerato Kaile. So Lerato and Wandile took me as their little sister, and they showed me the ropes. In 2015, because you see, when you learn a new skill, and especially selling premium, is not very easy. Lerato and I had then a healthy competition. Okay. So being like siblings, and I said to Lerato, okay, I think I want to be the new car sales queen. Okay, so that was 2015, only to find out in 2016 that I am first in the country for my category in new car sales.
Oh, girl, please, clock that. And has that impacted you with that award? I'm sure that was just literally such a driving factor for you going forward.
Yeah, it's, it becomes part of you. I mean, being a salesperson, when you decide to do this, when this is your game, this is, your whole life is shaped a certain way. Like, what you do, your lifestyle, all those things. And then you just become that person, over the years. It's just who you are.
We speak about Wandile and Lerato, and how they assisted you and mentored you. And I saw how your face lit up when you talked about that. And I can just imagine the impact that they had. On the topic of mentoring people, is there a woman, or it can't be a guy or whoever, that you currently are mentoring? Because I think with you, I'd love that the legacy continues. So is there somebody that you've taken under your wing?
I burst with pride when I speak about the guy who is now, if you go on TikTok, you'll see the Tata specialist.
Okay.
So Vinny is his name, and he started here at Audi about 2 years ago, and he assisted with my deliveries nationwide. So he would just take and deliver my cars, and I would train him. When we go out, we would have displays and things, and I would leave Vinny there and just give Vinny the rope. And Vinny is doing the most. I am so proud. Like, that mother in me he's doing so well. So I can say that is a success story.
Shout out to Vinny, the Tata specialist. If he went through these hands, we know where he gets it from. He definitely know. So you speak about that motherly instinct. Sue, you're a mom. Think of 2 boys. 3. Girl, where? Look at this gorgeous. Clock that. Look at it. Mom of 3, full-time career, and you do some community work. How do you do it all? And is there at any point in time where you need to lose something to be able to have all of this? Because it's a lot. It's a lot.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you have to make some sacrifices. You sacrifice on family meals, homework, and those type of things. But what I have learned is that you have to let go of perfection and just be present. Yeah. For me, that's a big thing. Just being present and being there, show up for you. and compassion, be there for the next person, because people are going through the most.
That's true.
If you have overcome some challenges and it's time to give back. Giving back for me is also a big thing.
I want to tap into some of the community work that you do. If you could just highlight some of that community work that you do.
So it would be with, these, the orphanages, go the fundraising, assisting the youth in Manglazini. I've done it now for 2 years with their modeling shows. And helping them just to do with their marketing. So that's what I do. I step in with the ladies, with the women empowerment, whenever they have a vision, and then I will just step in and guide them how to market their campaigns.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. I love that you not just a she king, but you extend that to your little princesses and the ladies of Magazine as well with the modeling. Because I think I love a queen that is in her queenhood, So I want to find out with that. With the compassionate side that you have, that basically means you live, if I'm honest, you come across as a person who lives with their heart on their sleeve. I think that's the saying and the phrase for it. How do you protect that in such a cutthroat industry where as much as it's all about being compassionate, caring for the next person, yourselves, but how do you protect that?
Well, I've learned that it is not my weakness, but my strength. So with me giving love and with me being who I am, that is who I am. If you are a person of love, then you're a loving person, and I just believe regardless of what life throws at you, you have to stay true to you.
I have no words for that. So indeed, it's true that in more than anything, you need to protect yourself, and somehow the universe will protect you too. So I want to now let's whisper. You killing this game, and you've been killing it. And I'm sure you've got like a tactical little playbook that you have, that you whip out for yourselves. Can you give us some tips, some wisdom? Now, I come in, I've just arrived, I've got airs about me, I'm nervous, first car, it's premium cars as well. A little tip on your playbook on how to disarm me and get that sale.
It's just to welcome you. Welcome you. If you come in and you are being welcomed and honored, immediately you relax.
Okay, I want to buy a car now. Like, sign me up. So with that, now I'd like to know, with the advice, with the playbook that you've given me, if you can extend that to now a person watching at home who wants to get into the industry that you're in, as a young girl wanting to, you had mentors, and how can they become a Suenett as well? Just a few tips for the young ladies out there.
It's discipline and dedication. Discipline the most. Yeah, and being consistency. It's not about, and also honesty. Honesty, being transparent, valuing relationships, because ultimately my customers become like family. Most of them are. Yeah, all of them. In actual fact, yeah. Those that's in KZN, they're luckier than the ones that's out of KZN, because when I host events, they're part of it.
They get to come in.
Yes.
So are you talking about that element that your customers become family? I know you said that about Tracy and Kenneth as well, that you look at them as family. Have you set any boundaries? Because I know sometimes is there a thing where you said no calls after. I can imagine the stress of buying a new car, and I'll be like at 8 o'clock, I'll be like, hey Tracy, how's that deal going? Is it passing? Have you set any work boundaries, not only with your customers, but with Tracy and Kenneth and your other colleagues on the floor as well?
Well, the thing is, if you're at work and you are present fully, everything gets done. There's no need to discuss anything after hours.
Oh, okay.
And the moment you do your work thoroughly, and if you come and you are briefed from A to Z, yes, if you have a little bit of emotional turmoil about making that big commitment, I mean, if you want to phone me at 7, it's okay. You know, that is understandable because at the end of the day, we're human.
I love that because I think now that it adds the human element and emotional aspect that you really do care. Because with some people, it's just a matter, well, if I work 9 to 5, after 5, you'll find me the next day. And I can imagine with a deal like that, because I believe with a car, it's your identity.
True.
You know, it's for your family. It's basically an entire identity phase. So I think it's a very big decision. And for you playing a part in that, it's changing someone's life. So I love the fact that your customers and your colleagues have that space that you've already spoken to them during the day. Everybody's on par, but you're still available. I call it a Bluetooth hug over the phone. I love that about that. So while we're talking about customers in itself, what is the best piece of advice you can give a customer when buying a car? Because it's not just also another car, it's premium cars.
Well, especially for premium, I think when a customer comes in, if you are asking about coming with the intent to buy, it is very important for you as a consumer to know exactly how much you would like to spend monthly. You know, because figures dictate. As much as we like what we like, it's the figures that's going to drive us to where we need to be. So it is very important to do your homework, and with driving premium, financing premium, it makes sense to buy, you know, something with a maintenance plan, knowing that you don't have to pay anything additionally, servicing, etc., those type of things. Yeah, but most importantly, it would be you knowing what the bottom line is for yourself.
I love that because I think with most people, like you said, like we had the conversation before, that a car is part of your family. It's like planning. It's like you need to properly plan for it because anything can happen.
It's all about planning. It's all about planning because it's also a commitment. It's a commitment. And right now with Audi, we have these finance structures where it is available for anything from 2 years up until 4 years, and especially for the younger individual that likes to rotate cars after a certain period. Yes. Whereas you have your elderly people that tend to keep cars for about 5 to 10 years, you know, so different structures available.
On that, we're seeing, especially with the younger generation, do you feel that the car industry itself has changed? Because more than anything with us, I know buying premium is obviously a lifetime commitment, I'll say. Yes. But we want to change cars. We want to new models out. Want to change that. Has that dynamic changed?
So what the banks have introduced is that GFV, guaranteed future value, whereas Audi guarantees to buy the vehicle back at full residual value. So that puts you in a position to have your vehicle for 3 years, and then without having any financial implications, you then change your vehicle. If you then, as a young individual, because this happens, let's say 3 years in the country with the economy the way it is, you then decide that you want to elope. You know that, okay, I'll only be in this vehicle for 3 years. I can then return the vehicle. And you also know, because majority of the young people, they decide 5 years in finance. They finance the vehicle in 5 years. Within 2 years in the finance, they now get a job offer in America. And then what happens? The cars here, they lose a lot of money. So yeah, I mean, these structures are designed to definitely help us to plan better.
I love that Audi's literally thinking of the youth, actually, because more specifically it's the youth that's on their feet. Things are moving, the economy is changing. There is so much going on, and it's nice knowing that you have a partner that basically takes care and thinks for you, of you, without you having to stress and have those little nitty bits. So you have a lot of tips, and even having that conversation with you now, I'm learning a lot. Do you have any book that you've read that has given you any ideas or plans to better yourself?
Well, it's the book of John Maxwell.
Okay.
I have learned that leadership is about influence. Yes. So yeah, it has bettered me. I have learned a lot, but in life there's more to learn. Every day we learn. We don't just learn from the old, we learn from the young. Yeah, especially the kids.
Kids, that's important.
Yeah, because they have these innocent, how can I say, this innocent heart and the way they see it. Like with what you've been through in life, it's difficult for you to see the beauty, but for them, because of their innocence, they remind you. So yes, it's important to learn.
I've learned so much from you today. I wish this could continue forever, because not only am from today I'm gonna be a red lip girl, because that is daring. You can strike fear in hearts with that. But I want to find out now. This is you. We're talking about Suenett Le Roux. She's 80 years old. She's sitting on a rocking chair. Her kids are all grown up. She's retired from working. She's sitting on that rocking chair. It's on by the beach. The breeze is out there. She has like a nice cup of cappuccino with her. And what would you want that 80-year-old Sue to remember about this life?
With me telling my story and giving advice to the young. Live, don't exist. Because so many people exist, they don't live.
That's true. So thank you so much, Suenett. You guys heard that. The last words are live, because people forget to live. So I learned today, you can be a daring, brand positive woman, but still be affectionate in a cutthroat industry. That was Suenett Le Roux with us today. And boy, oh boy, I'm leaving you guys. I'm off to test drive some of these cars. I don't know them. She's scary. I think I might buy a car or two if the bank allows. My name is Zama Kingman Blower. This was The Top Woman. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to our channel to see more episodes of Top Woman. Ngiyabonga.